Alright, next day, or a couple days, whatever it is. Alright, when we left off, we had stripped this all down for this back panel, which I did eventually get off. It had a couple tack welds. So basically we're stripped down just out of the chassis, the front wheels, and the axle. Alright, so there's how she sits. You can get a better view. Alright, notice how high it is. This here bracket right here controls, it's like this would adjust the clutch and whatnot. So that mounts to there and it mounts to the rear end. So we're gonna flip this thing over. Because of the rotation, I can't just bring it up on top. Not only that, that will leave the pulley over here. But I gotta flip it and turn it around so the pulley spins in the right direction, clockwise. Alright, I'm going to set you up on a tripod and we're going to get after this. Alright, so let's flip this axle. I had a couple nuts on there. I tried it already, so. What's that happen? Alright. Now we have to turn it because of the rotation. And it's going to put everything on the left side now, though. That's the only problem. I don't. What? Hang on, I'm all discombobulated. I was putting it right back where it was, and you guys didn't say nothing. Alright, here we go. Alright, as you can see, let me get got it mounted on the top. Look at the front. Alright, I'll show you what we're going to do on the front here. Okay, we're going to get this thing out level, so let me get this thing apart. The front end. This is a big bracket that's bolted to there and the axle swivels on it. So I'll show you how we're gonna take it apart here. I get it kind of loose right now. I don't know how well you guys can see. Alright. This kind of pancakes it in. See it? And then it goes in there. Alright, so obviously let me show you the height we're going to be at, hopefully. Alright, as you can see, we're low. We're way low. I already measured it before, but just double check it. I want a nice little rake on it to the top of the frame. 7.5. All right, that's the back of the frame. 7.5. I'm going to give this thing a little bit of a rake. Like 7 inches. So that's pretty good right there. We can make adjustments as we go. But now, the problem is, I can get this thing set right. Because I want to use this stuff. That's what bolts to the hood and everything, you know. So I'm trying to keep as much as we can. So obviously, let me see if I can get a bolt in there just to hold it. So obviously at that height, the wheels aren't going to fit. See what I'm saying? The axles are, well, it's not quite level, but the axles are almost on the ground. So, I'll show you what we're going to do there. Alright, so there's where she sits. Obviously the wheels aren't going to fit, right? So, my plan is, once I establish, how I'm gonna establish my height is, I cut these plates here, this 1/4 inch plates. What I'm gonna do is cut this off, cut it off on both sides. I'm gonna weld the plate in, then I'll be able to adjust the height of the wheel, whatever height I want. So, once I get that cut, you and I will figure out what height we want the wheels at. Alright, sound good? Alright, let me get this cut. I'll probably do it in fast motion, part of it, and then cut the other part off of film. But you get what I'm trying to do, right? We're just gonna cut them and raise the outside of that axle up. I'm not very good at explaining, but I'm pretty much in the beginning. I was gonna do a pulley swap, but for now, I think I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. Get everything working, then I can always go back and change the pulleys. As it is now, even with the back, I gotta make some changes. Now, this used to be on that side over there. Now I gotta move it over to here, and it mounts to the rear end. So I gotta tap, it's got, lucky enough, there's 2 more holes, but they're not tapped. So, this bolts to the frame, bolts to the rear end, and this bottom pulley winds up with this one. And this top pulley goes to the engine. So that's something else I'm gonna have to work on. It's gonna put all my controls on the wrong side, but like I said, there's no plan on this. We'll work through it one step at a time. So back to the front, I'm gonna cut this front axle. We'll establish our front axle height, and then we'll go from there. How's that sound? All right, let me get these cut. Alright, so as you can see, I cut them. The object is, I'm going to weld this plate on here, and then we can set our wheel height. Okay, so I got it pretty level for where I want to be. I'm going to put this thing together and we'll tack them on and set our wheel height. How's that sound? Oh, this thing's tough going in. I'm not 100% sure that's even on right. I'm gonna have to look. But for now it'll be okay. So our main objective is to tack these on here like that. And then weld the wheels on here. So let me get the welder set up and we'll come to it. Actually, I'm gonna tack these off, but I wanted to see how that we got plenty of room. I hope. Yeah, we got plenty of room. So we know that all fits right. We'll take it apart. We'll weld these on here on each side. Put it on and we'll weld the arms on. I put a piece of 1/4 inch plate on the side that helps me keep straight. It gives me a line, so I'll be able to tack it here, tack it all the way around. We're not going to weld it all up. We're just going to tack it in place for now. Alright. Alright. Now we'll do the next one. Alright. Put it back together. See if we can. Hopefully these are long enough. I'm hoping so. Of course, you lose everything, right? Like I said, a lot of the stuff is just a couple bolts tacked up. Once we get everything figured out, we'll finish it all up. This side up, and we'll weld that side. Right? You just want to check my camber, or whatever you call it. I think he's moving all over the place. Alright, double check this side. Pretty good right there. Boy, I get just a little bit of toe out for a little bit of weight, but I'm gonna tack it in there and we'll go from there. The only thing I don't like, I don't know if you guys can hear me, I might have to notch this and do a gusset all the way down, because I don't know, we'll see. For now we're just tacking it in till we get everything lined up where we want it. Well, linkages piecemeal by piecemeal. The next thing I gotta tackle is that back pulley back there. I wanted to get the height established. I'm at a good height. Everything looks good, so let me tack it up right where it is, and we're gonna go to the back. That'll be probably it for today. So I got a lot of thinking to do, and I know you guys don't want to sit around watching me think. But what do you think so far? Pretty aggressive, ain't it? Alright, let me get this thing tacked up. I can always come back after tacking it, lower it, raise it, whatever I want. Like, if I wanted to drop that down some more in the back, I just can build a bracket off of here and lower it. Same thing in the front. So, this is going to get me in a ballpark we'll do all the other stuff. I don't want to try and do too much at once. So, first of all, let's tack the thing. Once I get this tacked up, we'll drag it outside and you guys get a better look at it from out there. I know it's hard to see from in here. Alright, time out guys, I gotta go get a coffee. And we're gonna clean this out, drag it outside, and we're gonna check it out outside. Alright, so there you go. All in all, she dropped 3.5 inches. And obviously, there's some work to do on the front end. But she's pretty square, she's lined up pretty good. Like I said, I might have to cut this out and put some gussets in here. That's a lot, that's pretty flimsy, but I don't know, maybe I can go from here to here with something too. We'll see. The stuff I'm going to do right now, everything's just tacked in place. The next thing I got to do is work on tapping these 2 holes so I can get the main pulley mechanism in here. Alright, let me go get that. Alright, after a little thinking, I made this little bracket. Instead of welding this there, I'll be able to put this down in here and bolt it right up. I will have to weld this little bracket to this, make it all one piece, but at least it's removable. And I don't think, yeah, this shouldn't interfere with anything. It might interfere a little bit over there, I don't know, but we'll have to see. Alright, so I'm going to put this on. That's another hurdle that we got over. We still got to work out all this linkage, like I say, by flipping the motor. All the brackets are on this side. So I might have to cut them, bend them, weld them, put them, whatever. But my goal is to try to use the pedals. I do believe that clutch pedal over there works the clutch and the brake at the same time. I'm not 100% sure. I intend on using the regular console. This gear over here is pretty worn. I don't know if I can put a couple tacks of weld around here and tighten it up a little bit, but we'll have to see. Yeah, I want to use the console, maybe the hood, maybe not, but what I got planned for back here is going to be awesome. I think I might drag that out in a minute, see how it fits and see what you guys think. Alright, let me get this bolted up, and I'm going to show you what I'm thinking about for a seat. So that's bolted up. I am going to have to take it off and weld this to this bracket down in here, but I know that's going to work. Let me show you how the brakes work. More or less, there's a disc right here. It's like that spins with the end, with the rear end, and this thing is like just like a caliper. You pull on it and it squeezes that little disc right there, and that's what your brakes are on a riding lawnmower. I don't know if I can get you any closer. Right there, that disc. And as you can see, there's a brake pad there, and there's another one on the inside. There's a couple little pins. Sometimes they freeze and this thing won't go in. It goes in by spring action. You turn the spring and it's like a cam. It pushes in. But when we get to that, I'll show you that, guys. I'm going to take it all that apart and make sure them pins are going in and out. Let me go get what I'm thinking for a seat. I'll be right back. Alright, so here's the plan, and I'm a long ways away, but this is in the back of my head. We're talking like 32 coupe, ride-on lawnmower. Obviously, I got a lot of cotton and fabricating to make this fit. I'll end up cutting this all out, cutting a piece out for the fender. I already got an old bolt fender here that I can cut, narrow, shorten, whatever I want to do for fenders. Then I got this thing, you know, supposed to be a radiator in there, so I can cut in that, shorten it, make that fit, and then use whatever panels I can off the original body here to fit this. So what do you all think? that's my vision of this thing. Not as low as I wanted to get it, but we're gonna get it operational. Then I can tweak it, lower it, whatever. I could always redo these later on, but yeah, I want to get it operational this way. Then I'll do a pulley swap, and then we'll think about even going even lower. Right now it's dropped about 4 inches, 3.5 to 4 inches, somewhere I dropped it down that much. You definitely can't get a deck on there. And by the time I'm all done and everything, this thing's gonna look like it's dragging the ground. So what do you all think, people? What do you think of Papa Kenny's vision on this thing? It's gonna be the grandkids' little deuce coupe. So, alright, that's gonna be a wrap for today. It's garbage day. I gotta pull out the garbage and pick up the mess in here. Put this back in the garage. Possibly take Rattle Camp for a ride. I don't know. But anyways, that's gonna be it for part 2 on the video. So what we got done today, we got the rear end mounted on top of the frame with a couple bushings to lower it. I cut the front axle and moved them, whatever you want to call it, up high. I'm still got a lot of work. I'm gonna have to do something in here for gussets, like I said, a long ways away, but we'll pick at it as we go. Every little problem we run into, we'll deal with it when we get to it. Alright guys, like I said, that's it for today. If you haven't subscribed, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Please hit that the like button and leave a comment. Tell me what you guys have for an idea. Something else I can do for a change. All that stuff helps grow the channel. And my wife told me I can't build a garage over there. I get no garage until I hit 500 subscribers. So we're a little bit of ways away from there, but it can be done with the help of you people. Please help me get to 500 so I can get my big old garage built. Alright, thanks for watching, and keep an eye out for part 3. What that entitles, I have no idea, but keep an eye out for part 3. Thank you. We'll see you on the next one.